loved, and that's who I remember.
And I genuinely hope that he gets help.
Cherished, and that is who I recollect, and I really trust that he finds support, and that he can discover a sense of harmony and normalcy in his life. Yet to remove someone's substantial independence, to remove someone's privileges, let me reward that are you miserable, that you're presently not together, that your music. Separated from will continuously be together, Kanye West, ongoing spouse Bianca Censori shocked the web. By uncovering that Kanye controlled her, they got hitched last year. And presently Bianca has said that Kanye is manipulative and controlling in their marriage. It seems like they may be setting out toward a separation. So what are these bits of hearsay circumventing talking about that Bianca Censori has at last uncovered Kanye for controlling her? How about we plunge into the subtleties? Obviously, before we go any further, ensure first that you buy into our channel and hit that warning ranger for additional updates and recordings like this oak. So we've all seen this photograph of Kanye West strutting around his significant other and dressing her like she is residing in a tragic world. Kanye West is supposed to have forced a severe arrangement of rules on Bianca, which purportedly remember precluding her from representing public and directing her closet decisions. This hypothesis acquires some validity as there is restricted proof of Bianca talking freely along close by Kanye West now, as we end up in one more time of separation. It appears Kanye West is gone to separate from court for the second time in his numerous years, as per the incredible tie his subsequent marriage seems to have run into a difficult situation. Supposedly Bianca, sorry his subsequent wife, has become fatigued of his controlling way of behaving and is pondering an exit. Kim Kardashian darling, who let you know that this was smart. Since it's not as of now, I couldn't say whether your group is savaging you. Or then again, in the event that you're savaging, Kanye West's new wife Bianca plays filled the role of the ideal wife to Kanye for very nearly a year, yet inside her data proposes that she is truly considering finishing the marriage because of its undeniably poisonous nature. Honestly, assuming these bits of hearsay are precise, the looming divorce doesn't profoundly shock fans. Not many anticipated that this association should endure endlessly, and many are flabbergasted that it persevered through this long. In any case, it isn't so much that fans were effectively against the couple, yet the whole circumstance caused a stir after all Kanye had been freely communicating his getting through affection for his ex Kim Kardashian and proclaiming his hesitance to go through another separation. Then came the sensation Kanye West had unobtrusively sealed the deal with Bianca. At first, fans conjectured whether this was some kind of vengeance plot against Kim Kardashian, given the uncanny similarity among Bianca and Kim anyway as time elapsed, and they spent around 10 months together. Turned out to be evident that this wasn't simply an exposure, paralyzed the whole marriage right from the outset, discharged a quality of characteristic. It came closely following Kanye's disputable tirades, which some deciphered as being contemptuous Hollywood, basically dropped him, prompting the deficiency of his tycoon status. The circumstance was tumultuous to the point that Kanye withdrew from the public eye for half a month, apparently to refocus. However, at that point, out of the blue, he reemerged with Bianca, the lady he had furtively married while in disconnection. Definitely I get your number, I'm hitched for genuine gracious damn. They were spotted on dates participating in all the run of the 2 or 3 exercises that you'd expect. This unexpected association left fans both puzzled and captivated as they attempted to get a handle on Kanye's hurricane process. From debate to a baffling marriage team up with him, to see what his interpretation of design genuinely left everybody stupefied was the momentous degree of mystery encompassing the marriage. Kanye West isn't precisely known for staying under the radar, yet this was a totally new degree of stealthy way of behaving for him. Shockingly, not a solitary individual in either Kanye or Bianca's inward circles had an idea about their relationship or approaching pre-marriage ceremony. They figured out the same way most of us did through those viral photographs that overflowed the web subsequently. Most would agree that they were similarly as shocked as the overall population, for example. A source unveiled that even the Kardashians who are intently attached to Kanye had no suspicion that he was associated with another person. The source uncovered that the Kardashian family isn't thinking about this marriage right now anyway, on the off chance that the shock of Kanye not illuminating the Kardashians about his new marriage wasn't sufficient. There's a much seriously surprising disclosure. It just so happens nobody in Bianca's circle knew about her approaching wedding. Either her folks were totally unaware of the way that she was getting hitched. Such was the size of the mystery encompassing their association. West supposedly has a severe arrangement of rules for Bianca to observe. Purportedly, he told her that she can't talk in open, which I feel like looks at on the grounds that I've not seen any class of her talking freely. With Kanye got some information about Kanye's choice to keep things stowed away. Some say he's been a gigantic star for quite a while, and his most memorable marriage was with somebody who's generally on camera being. And ye are different, they're private adoring and committed to one another. They like hanging out, yet a few people don't completely accept that it's just about being private. They believe it's more similar to a mysterious, which appears to be bizarre for Kanye. That is the point at which we started hearing reports about how extraordinary things are for Kanye and Bianca. A few sources say Bianca is responsible for his timetable and business stuff. Others say they're doing all around well together. Kanye and Bianca appear to truly comprehend and adore each other. They seem to be an incredible match, and thought often about what each other idea. Individuals even discuss them perhaps beginning a family together. They weren't modest about showing their adoration in broad daylight. Yet things probably won't be as they appear of late. There have been reports that in secret Bianca is making some extreme memories. It turns out their marriage isn't ideal. Some say Kanye is attempting to control Bianca and make her carry on like his ex Kim Kardashian, and that she needs to wear what he chooses for her to wear. Fans have seen Kanye making some uncommon design changes for Bianca. Before Kanye, her style was unique, yet when they got together it changed. Individuals find this a cycle unusual. Now don't get me wrong, Bianca looks perfect in anything. Fans simply need to see her in her standard garments in some cases. Yet it's not just about design. As per Bianca's companions, Kanye has removed her from everybody in her life. One companion let day-to-day male know that Bianca is stuck, and her companions are stressed, yet they can't contact her due to Kanye's hindrances. Everybody is truly concerned in light of the fact that this isn't the Bianca they realize she used to be frank and vivacious. Never one to remain silent. It's dispiriting to hear that Bianca, who gives off an impression of being a really kind individual, winds up in such a troubling circumstance. Sadly, things take a hazier turn, as various news sources have approached with upsetting records of Kanye's treatment towards her. These sources guarantee that Kanye has successfully conditioned Bianca, and she is currently totally influenced quite a bit by. As per these insiders, Kanye has laid out a set of guidelines for Bianca, which incorporates hushing her and directing her attire decisions. This positively reveals insight into a portion of the whimsical outfits we've seen her wear. Anyway, the circumstance goes from worry to profoundly disturbing. When we consider the degree of Kanye's control, the sources likewise uncover that he directs her dietary decisions and exercise routine in spite of not complying with these himself. Additionally, he has clearly persuaded her that they are of regal status, consequently controlling her view of reality. This has left her without a feeling of independence or freedom of thought. In synopsis, apparently Kanye is practicing a disturbing degree of command over essentially every part of Bianca's life, from her day-to-day daily schedule to her own convictions. Like this is her before Kanye strip supermodel who's had the light taken from behind her eyes from this man. He is such terrible information. And I want to believe that she moves away from him. It's certainly an insane circumstance. As per a source, Bianca's companions are making a respectable attempt to help her break Kanye's control. They've been stressed over how awful this control has become, and things have been going from terrible to most horrendously terrible. Another insider said Bianca was reluctant to leave from the start, said she thought her companions were desirous of her being hitched to a superstar and needed to destroy her marriage. She fundamentally disregarded them, and a couple of companions at long last broke through to her yet. She would have rather not talked or heard their interests. She would have rather not left, yet her companions needed to show her remarks from individuals online. What truly compelled her acknowledge how terrible the marriage was when fans condemned her and Kanye for getting prohibited from that drifting organization in Italy because of their unseemly conduct. Apparently, Bianca's companions have figured out how to convince her to consider leaving Kanye, as an insider has uncovered that she is currently